Well, last year, Fox 5 told you about an urgent need for foster families. Fox 5's Danny Maston showed us what it takes to be a foster parent. Well, now the county tells us that after our stories aired, families have stepped up, but the need is still great. Today, more than 3,300 children are in foster care. Many go to a relative, but for others, there are 684 homes, and the county needs about 400 more. Now, there is an urgent situation to help babies, and there are too many right now in foster care, and not enough families are able or willing to take them in. Fox 5's Jacqueline Schultz has more.
It's been years since we've seen a number this significant. It's the lack of regular foster homes that's really creating this crisis.
More babies without a home. Clark County calls it an urgent situation in the foster care shortage. A lack of homes right now willing to take in a baby.
We're not really sure what it is that makes it such a challenge for us to find people that want to foster the younger children.
Children waiting for a foster home temporarily stay here. Child Haven. There's 100 children waiting, twice the normal amount. A third are under 6. 16 are under 2.
In most areas of the country, they don't struggle with recruitment of foster parents for those younger children. It is an anomaly that we have that issue.
Why the rush of babies?
The numbers to us seem to actually be about the same as they typically are. So this really is because we've lost hundreds of foster homes.
Jill Morano says over the past 2 years, more foster families have dropped out of the program quicker than they can recruit. From inflation to work challenges, she suspects it's more challenging for foster parents to care for babies and all children. There's hope more state funding for foster families will help more sign up, plus another emergency measure to help just babies. To become a foster parent for an infant, the 9-week program has been condensed to 2.
The additional funding to make it easier for foster parents to be able to afford to be a foster parent would be huge. What we've been doing has not gotten us the result that we need, so we're trying to figure out what can we do different to get a better result.
Jacqueline Schultz, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
And here are all the details on the emergency infant foster recruitment sessions that are happening. And you can sign up at clarkcountyfostercare.com or call the number on your screen. The first 2 weekend sessions start January 27th. And again, we have all the information that you need on our website, fox5vegas.com.